Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, honorable authorities, fellow faculty members, parents, and student friends. It gives me immense pleasure to welcome you all on behalf of Zeal College of Engineering and Research to grace this occasion. Together, as a family of Zeal to mark another landmark of success, I, Professor Sachin Borade, welcome you all for prize distribution ceremony of project-based learning activity. Zeal Education Society respected Chief Guest, Dr. Aditya Abhyankar, our Honorable Secretary, Mr. Jayesh Katkar, Admission and Academics Director, Professor Uddhav Shih, Principal, Dr. Ajit Kate, all head of the department, and we all the faculty members are really glad to welcome all the students and parents to PBL activity prize distribution ceremony. Saraswati Mahabhage, Vidya Kamala Lochane, Vidya Rupe Vishalakshi, Vidyam Devi Namostute. Light is a symbol of brightness and prosperity. As sunlight expels the darkness of night, similarly, blessing blink in our life, prosperity and happiness. To make this event a blessed one, invoke Goddess Saraswati by lighting the lamp of knowledge and wisdom. For seeking the choicest blessing, I invite all the dignitaries on the dais to light the lamp. Thank you all. लेबरों से डर कर नौका पार नहीं होती, कोशिश करने वालों की कभी हार नहीं होती. With this motto, even in this crucial time of pandemic, Zeal College of Engineering is putting 100% effort and providing all necessary platforms to our students to make them industry oriented. Because education in today's world is not just a teaching and learning within the four walls of classroom. We are trying our level best to update our students even in this pandemic where whole world is in new normal phase. On the same note, to make you all aware about the project-based learning activity, an initiative taken by Zeal College of Engineering, I would like to request Principal of Zeal College of Engineering and Research, Dr. Ajit Kate sir, to share word with you all.
Good afternoon all. First of all, I welcome all the dignitaries present today, Dr. Aditya Abhyankar, Dean, Faculty of Technology, Professor and Head, Department of Technology, Savitribai Phule University, Professor Jayesh Patkar, Secretary of Zeal Education Society, Professor Udhavshi, Director, Admission and Academics, and all my heads of the department. I take this opportunity to congratulate all the first year engineering and direct second year engineering students for participating in project based learning activity organized by Zeal College of Engineering and Research. I also congratulate all the faculties for making this event successful. Due to the outbreak of COVID-19, this year we have organized this program through online mode. The purpose of project-based learning activities to allow the student to demonstrate their capabilities while working independently, and it shows the students' ability to apply desired skills to do the mini projects of their interest. It develops the student's ability to work with his or her peers, building network, and also it enhances the group skills activities. It also gives teachers the opportunity to build stronger relationship with their students by acting as their hands-on learner facilitator. In this event of project-based learning, we have involved first year and direct second year students of Zeal College of Engineering. Total 167 groups from first year engineering and 92 groups from direct secondary engineering have been participated in this activity. And this activity we have started from the this 15th of February, and we have uploaded this. The activities are already completed. The students have done excellent projects, small projects, and this we have made videos of these students, and we have uploaded all these videos on our official YouTube channel, Zeal Institute. And on the same, we have on YouTube, we have organized on 20th February, we have organized an exhibition of PBL activity. Uh, Now, this event we are going to continue activity in every month to create the interest among the students in their core field. With this, I would like to thank all dignitaries of the dais, our invitees, my beloved students who accepted our invitation and faced this prize distribution ceremony. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for your welcome message and guidance. Leadership is not a position or a title, it's an action and example. And yes, we are proud that we have example of visionary leader, Professor Jayesh Patkar sir. Under his able guidance, Zeal Education Society redefining excellence. Honorable Secretary had sent his best wishes to all the students. Now, I would like to introduce you all our chief guest, Dr. Aditya Abhyankar sir. Dr. Aditya Abhyankar is currently working as a Dean, Faculty of Technology and Professor in Department of Technology, Savitribai Phule, Pune University. He is online from his duties as Dean R&D, Director, Center for Excellence in R&D, and Professor in Computer Engineering Department of VIIT, Pune. He is associated as Adjunct Professor with COEP Pune, as a Research Associate with Larson University, USA, and on Advisory Committee and POS of many national and international universities. Dr. Aditya Abhyankar received B degree in Electronics and Telecommunication Engineering from Pune University. In 2001, he received the MS and PhD degree from Larson University, USA in 2003 and 2006 respectively. He worked as a postdoctoral fellow at Carlson University, USA in the academic year 2006-2007. He worked as a consultant for Biometric LLC, USA in 2007. Dr. Abhyankar has also earned MA Sanskrit with specialization in Vedant, where he stood first in university in 2011. MBA with specialization in finance in 2013 and MA in philosophy with specialization in existentialism in 2015. He is pursuing his second PhD in Sanskrit with his research focusing on Nasadiya Sutta from Rig. His research intersects include pattern recognition, signal and image processing, wavelength analysis, and biometric systems. Dr. Abhyankar has working as a PhD guide for universities of repute and has been guiding doctoral and master students. Dr. Abhyankar has also won number of national and state awards like IEI Scientist of the Year 2011, Sir C.V. Raman 2015 award at the hands of Honorable CM of Maharashtra. He has contributed in national level program for education like NPTEL at IIT Bombay. Dr. Abhyankar holds 8 US patent, 14 Indian patent, 7 disclosure, 8 technology transfers, 5 US copyright to his credit. He has more than 30 international journal articles, 40 international conference papers, 25 invited talk in Tier 1 international conferences, 44 international invited keynote address in Tier 1 international events, 16 white papers, 7 magazine articles, 3 book chapters, 2 book reviews, 4 short letters, 8 short book reviews, 1 book, 67 international journal referee, and 81 international conference referee in his name. Dr. Abhyankar has been involved in number of funded research projects and consultancy activities. His research has attracted funds from international agencies like IUCRC and TFRC and also national funding agencies like DST, RGSTP, AICT, DIT, TRITI, TDD. He has generated research funding of the tune of 2005 million US dollar and has created state-of-the-art infrastructure in the field of pattern recognition. He provides consultancy to number of reputed industries like Biometry, USA, Vision NT Canada, Optra System India, By Design Bangalore. He also director of Adijit Softech Private Limited, which work in creating the intelligent framework for pattern recognition and based solution. Dr. Abhyankar has been closely associated with the Aadhaar project and has contributed significantly in finalizing the norms and standards to be adopted across the country. Dr. Abhyankar is director of two startups, one based out of India and other based out of USA. Dr. Abhyankar has generated funding under Rashtriya Uchchatar Shiksha Abhiyan to form Special Purpose Vehicle Section 8 company at SPPU to promote and incubate business proposition into tangible forms to promote and nurture innovative research culture. We are lucky to have you, sir, in our campus. I request Dr. Aditya Abhyankar, sir, to please guide our students.
speak with all the young ignited minds, the students who were part of the project based learning competition, and those who won the prizes, and also those who could not. It's very important to have healthy spirit and participate in such kind of competitions. So I congratulate all the students, and it is such a wonderful opportunity to be a part of this gathering. I'm going to share my screen, and I will request one of the organizers to kindly confirm that you're able to see my screen. So is it visible? I'm presuming that my screen is visible. Project-based learning is an exciting thing. And my young friends, not too long ago, I finished my engineering. And believe me or not, when I pursued my engineering, we did not have project-based learning. And in my opinion, it's a wonderful opportunity for the students because engineering is all about applying the knowledge. The spirit is the ability to solve interesting problems. And unless and until you apply the knowledge that you gather, you will not be able to get the feel of what engineering is. And that's why project based learning gives you that opportunity to connect the dots, to take the fundamental theoretical knowledge that you study towards solving an interesting problem. And that's why it's a welcome move. And you are privileged because this is a recent addition in engineering education. There is one more reason why project based learning or PBL is very important, and that is because we are in an era of Industry 4.0. And in Industry 4.0, typically we know that the whole European market, they kind of wanted to counter the Chinese market. And the Chinese, they have huge mass production setups, and they wanted to change this scaling business models to skilling business models. So the shift was from scaling to skilling, and that's why now the skill sets are going to play extremely important role. It is not just important to have manufacturing setups or industrial setup using which you can scale up the things. It's very important to have the skilled manpower. And so industry 4.0 demands skilled manpower. And by virtue of participating in such kind of competition, by virtue of applying your course knowledge towards solving an interesting problem, I'm sure you will acquire many skill sets. And they say skill sets are transient. So you have to keep updating yourself. And that's why adaptation and agility is the key. And that's why, again, project based learning plays a very important role because we are in an era of Industry 4.0. Also, this is the most opportune time we are talking about this. With the new education policy in place, education has been wide open. It was not as open as it is today before, and that's why this is the most opportune time for this. And by virtue of that, you can think of having a good uh, network of mentors, both technical and business. You can think of creating your own intellectual property. You can think of getting into the space of creative thinking. And this smart approach, I'm sure, will help create many entrepreneurs from many of you. And to sum everything up, research is the key, in my opinion. And some of you might think that, hey, why are we talking about research? And this is because three Ks: know what, leading to knowledge; know how, leading to skill sets; and know why, leading to vantage. And then if you're smart, you can convert that vantage into an advantage, is the key. It is the mantra of Industry 4.0. Project based learning leads to research, and it is no more a luxury. In my opinion, it has become an absolute necessity because most importantly, it gives you differentiating characteristics. In 2021, all my dear young friends, just understand that there are so many institutes, there are so many universities, and we are producing so many graduates, so many engineers, and there is rat race. Literally, there is rat race out there in professional world. And if you really want to get noticed, one thing which is going to be very vital for you is the differentiating characteristics. You should think original, you should think different, and if you can, then you will get noticed. And it's very important to acquire these differentiating characteristics. Only then, hopefully, we will have product companies in our country. Unfortunately, most of our giant Indian companies of Indian origin, they are predominantly into services. For example, if we take an example of IT sector, which is the largest IT company of Indian origin, it is TCS, Tata Consultancy Services. And moving from services to solutions to tools to frameworks to applications and finally into products, it's a long, long journey. And that's why understanding the whole realms of research is very important. You should really add your own perspective and create differentiating characteristics to just make you understand how insensitive we have gone to this art of researching. We all are born unique, you all are born different, and then because of the educational pattern that we have, we get into this habit of copying each other. And just to sensitize you as to how insensitive we have become to this art of asking interesting questions, I'm going to share with you a couple of teasers. And the first teaser is connected with the concept of time and space. And we know that most of the great scientists, they invested their whole lifetime thinking about time and space. And these are the questions that I used to ask as a small kid. And the first question, which is connected with time, is why do we get 60 seconds in a minute and 60 minutes in an hour? The quartz crystal in nature, they oscillate with certain frequency, and we get the concept of 1 second from nature. But then we create our own concept of minute and hour. So why 60? What is so special about 60? And the second question, which is connected with space, is why do we get odd number of days in the month of February? 28 or 29? Is it not really strange? If at all, I have to keep the balance and the tally of total number of days to be 365 in a year's time. And if at all I need to do any adjustment, I should typically do that in the last month. So if I get an odd figure in the month of December, it is understood. But why Feb? Suddenly in the second month, we stumble upon with odd number of days. Let's play a game. I work in the field of machine learning and artificial intelligence, and we write algorithms which are iterative. And we say iteration after iteration, the algorithm marches on towards optimum solution. So there is a popular saying in English, they say march on towards your target. They never say January on, do they? So let March be the first month of our new calendar system. And then we have April, second and third will be May. And as we continue, and as we are in the seventh month, in Sanskrit, seven is Sapta. And from Sapta, we get September. And 8 is Ashta, and from that we get October. And 9 is Navam, and from that we get November. And 10 is Dasham, and from that we get December. And now January becomes the 11th month, and February now becomes the 12th and the last month. So now it makes sense to have odd number of days in Feb. If that is the case, then why the entire globe follows a crazy calendar system where January is the first month? Well, keep thinking about it. But the larger point that I'm trying to bring out is somewhere we have lost this art of asking interesting questions, searching questions that will typically lead us to very interesting research realms. And once you get into research realms, then many interesting discoveries and innovations are bound to happen. In my opinion, most of the inventions and discoveries are pure accidental, and the accidents are bound to happen, but one has to walk the path first. And for walking the path, one has to see the path. I'm sure by virtue of dirtying your hands, by virtue of getting into the project based learning mode, you will be able to brainstorm, discuss with your mentors, and then you'll be able to see your path, and then you'll start walking that path. And then many interesting scientific and technical accidents are then bound to happen. I'm going to share with you story of Three Idiots, and this is connected with the very core concept of Internet of Things and different engineering systems that we have around us. And it takes us back to the original question that why all these engineering solutions and systems actually work. And the answer is because the basis function or the kernel function is very interesting. And in fact, this is what Dr. Fourier gave us. He was trying to figure out how he can excite a linear shift invariant system to produce an eigen value, an eigen vector out of the system. And he came up with a crazy idea of exciting a linear shift invariant system with a complex exponential of a known frequency omega 0. And then he looked at what came out of the system, and he realized that it is the same complex exponential with the same frequency omega 0. Along with that, something else also popped up. So this e to the power j omega 0 n is the eigenfunction of the system, and it produces instantaneous values. So these are eigen values, and the summation of all of them, they eventually give us the discrete Fourier transform. And this is a crazy concept. However, have you ever thought about this? What is so special about this constant E? And the value of this constant is quite crooked, 2.7183, not a very handsome looking constant. Then what is so special? And it works for majority of the engineering problems. Well, there are three genius scientists, three crazy idiots who invented this constant and gave it a meaning. And I'm going to share with you story of Three Idiots, but not this story, because this is the story that probably you have already seen before. But my story took place in 16th century, so it's a black and white story. And the first idiot in this story is not R Madhavan, but he is Dr. Bernoulli. Dr. Bernoulli was trying to help out his banker friend, and he said the formula for compound interest is 1 plus 1 upon n bracket raised to n. So why not apply limit so that n tends to infinity? And when you solve this, it leads to irrational constant t, which can be approximated to a value of 2.7183. It's an irrational constant, so it goes on forever. So Dr. Bernoulli accidentally invented this constant, and then it remained there without getting utilized for almost 50 years. And then Dr. Euler gave us this crazy formula, e to the power I pi is equal to minus 1, where I is imaginary constant. It doesn't even exist. Phi is another irrational constant. E is another irrational constant, and a combination leading to minus 1. And because of this, all our systems are orthogonal. And then Dr. Fourier was able to grasp everything, and he was thinking about only cos waves and sine waves. And he gave us the complete construct of transforms. And it's the culmination of thought process of these three scientists. Today, we have a very sound framework of transforms and series expansions. So this is how accidentally these three scientists were able to come up with their discoveries and inventions. I'm going to share with you a few more such interesting inventions because, in my opinion, most of these inventions are absolute accidental. And this is what is known to us as serendipity. I'm going to first of all share with you my own journey at Google. And this happened in 2001. And I had no clue what Google was able to earn their profits and revenues. And this is because back in 2000, 2001, they had huge investments and their product was google.com, without any advertisement, a harmless platonic search engine freely made available to everyone. So I couldn't figure out how they were able to earn their revenues. And today, Google has pushed the envelope, and it has truly, from grid computing to Internet of Things to one search stop solution to semi smart gridding to intelligent frameworks, and finally into big data which is truly big in terms of volume, variety, velocity, and also the fourth V. It has pushed the envelope towards big data. And in the modern era, all the business models, they are driven by data. Look at Uber, look at Ola, for example. They don't require any capital investment. What they get driven by is the data, the availability of the user and the service provider. And data has become so important. All the modern business ventures, they are getting driven by data. And Google was literally able to push the envelope to the next level. And again, they were able to identify the page rank algorithm by a discovery. Even Google was spelt incorrectly, and that's how we got Google. Isn't it serendipity? The another example I would like to share with you is this genius chemist. His name is Ron Chen. And Dr. Ron Chen had a broken marriage. His wife was furious about this scientist. And one day she came to his laboratory and she started destroying all the experiments. And accidentally, her hand fell on one of the radioactive materials. And the first modern X ray image got captured accidentally. So you can Google about it and you will see this picture. And this is the another picture. Another example of serendipity. Dr. Ramanujan, a genius mathematician from India, and he wrote letters to many mathematicians. And he said 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6 goes all the way till infinity is equal to what? And the obvious answer that comes to our mind is infinity. But he said it will be minus 1 upon 12. And people thought that he was mad. He did not have proper mathematical training, and because of that, he was not able to understand. But today we know, if you look at Riemann's hypothesis, and if you see a special case of Riemann's hypothesis, if you plug in zeta value to be equal to -1, that leads us to this. So he was ahead of his time, a genius Ramanujan. In the outskirts of England, there was a lord, and his chariot was stuck in a mud, and he was saved by a farmer. So he helped the farmer's son to become a doctor who invented a great medicine, and that medicine later on saved life of son of this lord. And these two geniuses are Alexander Fleming, who invented penicillin, and the son of that lord is Winston Churchill. Another example of serendipity. The great Tatas from our own country. JRD Tata was the first pilot of our country, and he started Tata Aviation. And later on, he gave his own company, Tata Aviation, to our country. So Tata Aviation eventually became Air India, the airliner of our country. Isn't it great? Isn't it an example of being ahead of time? And in this photograph, you can also see the great Ratan Tata over here and the maestro JRD Tata over here. And what you see in the background, this is the bomber plane that was created and that was handed over as an example, of a proof of concept that Indians can produce great bomber planes as well. Another case of serendipity where Dr. Tata was able to invent many great discoveries by chance. So, my dear friends, life is about taking opportunities. Don't be afraid of failures. In Marathi, there is a saying, अपयश ही यशाची पहिली पायरी आहे. However, the corollary is दुसरं अपयश ही यशाची दुसरी पायरी नसते. The second failure is never a second step towards success. It's important to learn from your failures. It's important to give that feedback. It's important to step out of your comfort zone. It's important to challenge your wit. It's important to go out on a limb. So do that, have fun with your project based learning. I congratulate Zeal Education for taking up this activity. It's very important to provide such kind of platforms to the students. So I must congratulate the institute, the management, all the teachers who must have taken a lot of pains. And last but not the least, all the young ignited minds, my dear students. All those who are winners today, hearty congratulations to you. All those who could not win today, think what went wrong, how you can improve, how you can optimize, and never stop this process till you achieve success. I thank the organizers for giving me this opportunity and making me part of this August gathering. It's so wonderful always to connect with my dear students. Hearty congratulations and thank you so very much. Appreciate it. Have a good day.
On behalf of Zeal College of Engineering and Research, I give really heartfelt thanks to our chief guest, Dr. Aditya Abhyankar sir, who spent his BGS time gracing this event and guiding our students. Today, we had opportunity to hear your thoughts and this definitely encouraging us in our future events. Thank you very much, sir. Winning is fun, sure, but winning is not the point. Wanting to win is the point. Not giving up is the point. Never letting up is the point. Never being satisfied with what you have done is the point. With this, by wishing all the best to all the students, I hand over next program of prize distribution to Professor Chinmay Deshpande sir to announce winners of project-based learning activity.
Thanks a lot, Sachin sir. Now it's time to congratulate all the students and declare the winners of this project-based learning activity. The first department is first year engineering, civil engineering. And the third prize goes to the name of the project is bridge modeling. Name of the students Kamale Puja Shriram and group. And this group, the guided by Lanzewar sir and Dagwal sir. The second prize is for the project bridge modeling. The name of the group is Parmar Ankit and the guided by Lanzewar sir and Dagwal madam.
And the first prize goes to, the name of a project is bridge modeling. The group is Anuradha Wagmare and the students, and it is guided by Lanzewar sir and Darwal madam. A big round of applause for all the winners. Next is Engineering Computer Department Division 1. Third prize goes to Rokde Srushti. The name of a project is Fort website, and it was guided by Prajakta Shinde madam. Second prize goes to Alange Rutvik. The name of a project is Online Food Order, and it was guided by Dr. Sangve sir. And the first prize is Gunjar Anushka and group, with the name of a project is Smart Street Light. It was guided by Mote madam. Big round of applause for all the winners of computer engineering. Next is Computer Engineering First Year Division 2. The third prize goes to Mane Apeksha and group. The name of a project is Indian Katta, a restaurant web page, and it was guided by Via. Second prize goes to Sonawde Pranav and group. The name of project Stack Detection using IoT, and it was guided by Aniruddha Kshirsagar sir. And the first prize goes to Nilesh and group with a project name System using IoT. A big round of applause for all the winners of color engineering. Next is engineering DSE. And third prize goes to and project name of goes to Animation and group name from using, and it was guided by Atul Atole. First prize goes to Somnath Bharat and the group. The name of it is Toll Booth Sensor. It was guided by team. Congratulate all the students of computer engineering. Next is first year electrical engineering department. Electrical set. Engineering. Now the computer engineering division 3. The third prize goes to Ishkar Khadija and group with a project name Web Page Tribute to Indian Engineers. It was guided by Amruta Kapre ma'am. Second prize goes to a group Tubhe Animesh with a project name Accessing LED Light from Mobile Using Bluetooth, and it was guided by Atul Kathole sir. Goes to Gipesh Somnath Garbare and group with a project name Automatic Tool Booth Using Ultrasonic Sensor, and it was guided by AV Mote madam. I congratulate all the students of computer engineering. Now the next is first year electrical engineering department. The third prize goes to Nagargoje Aniket and group with a projector controlled system, and it was guided by Snehal Dharme madam. Second prize goes to Kulkarni Makarand and group with a project name Mini Solar Vehicle, and it was guided by Satya Prakash. And the first prize of electrical department goes to Hamza and the group with the project name of traffic controller using triple timer IC. It was guided by Sakshi madam. I congratulate all the students of first year electrical engineering. First year ENTC engineering department. Goes and with a project name Light Activated Switch. It was guided by Snehal Shinde madam. It goes to it was guided by so prize project name CNC machine, and it was guided by and technology department with a division 1. The third prize is Garbhastwar Rishikesh and group with a project name Creating a Web Page of Medical Shop, and it was guided by Chaitali Bhalirao madam. The second prize of information technology, Sheikh Mohammad Sajid Rafiq and group with a project name Website Design for Hospital Management and Medical Services. It was guided by Pranalini Joshi madam. And the first prize is Gigar Sable and group with a project name Generating QR codes for getting lab equipment details, and it was guided by Sachin Jagdale sir. I congratulate all the students of information technology. Next is FE information technology with division 2. Third prize goes to Hinde Sakshi and group with a project name Web Page Design. It was guided by Priyanka Bhosle madam. Second prize goes to Mahadik Sanjana and group with the project name of Creating Sample Newsletter of Our College, and it was guided by Sachin Jagdale sir. And the first prize goes to Hinde Sanskriti and group with a project name Calculator Python based GUI application. It was guided by Tejaswini Bhosle. I congratulate all the students of Information and Technology Division 2. Next is first year engineering mechanical with division 1. Prize goes to Prajwal. It was headed by Shubham. Second prize goes to Manoj Francis and group with the project name of Working Model of Mini Water Pump. It is guided by Patung Mandar. And the first prize goes to Nikam Manjush and Group with sensor-based sanitizer dispense model. It was guided by I congratulate all the students of mechanical engineering. Next is first year engineering mechanical student division 2. Third prize goes to Jan Aslam and Group with project name hydraulic powered robot arm from cardboard. It was guided by Randeep. Second prize goes to Prajwal and Group with a project name water pumping by means of solar wind hybrid power. It was guided by Mr. Gakar sir. And the first prize goes to Abdul Faisal and Group with a project name 3 by KL. Next is first year engineering robotics and automation. Third prize goes to Kolhe Rohan and a group with a project name soil moisture measuring machine guided by Karande AV. Second prize goes to Bhosle Samruddhi and a group with a project name material moving robot guided by Kamale Rohit. And the first prize goes to a group Bagade Sakshi with a project name distance measuring robot by using Arduino. It was guided by Magade PB. Next is first year engineering artificial intelligence and data science. Third prize goes to Lokhande Priya and a group with a project name story based animation using PowerPoint. And it was guided by R.H. Bhole. Next prize goes to Anone and group project name prize goes to Chaudhary Mani with a project name online voting system and it was guided by for second year. First is second in civil department. Third goes to Chithre Gita and group with project name Blablaswa human hairs as a weapon. And was guided by Mr. A.S. Ing. Second prize goes to Bhavesh and group with a project name Block Blasting with it was guided by is direct second year engineering computer department. The third prize goes to Mane Karan and Group with a project name Currency Converter using Java Applet. It was guided by SM Kolekar. Second prize goes to Shivam and the project name Fan and Control System using IoT. Guided by Suchita Jadhav. First prize goes to Ane Ramesh and Group with a project name College Anywhere. The name of guide is Pallavi Shingade. I congratulate all the students of computer engineering. Next is direct engineering electrical department with division 1. Third prize goes to Bhosle's brand group with a project name Circuit for Voltage Doubler, and it was guided by Rishikesh Deshmukh. Second prize to Bangar Shivani and a group project speed control of DC motor using Arduino. It was guided by Amruta. First prize goes to Bhosle Prajakta group with a project name LDR based RDI sensor. It was guided by Mrs. Midya Matthew. I congratulate all the second year engineering electrical department. Now, direct second year engineering electrical department division 2. Now the third prize goes to Jagdale Harshada and a group with a project name Controlling the Brightness of LED using Arduino. It was guided by Swapnil Amle. Second prize goes to Nitika with the project name based on Arduino, guided by Chinmay Deshpande. And the first prize goes to Dukre Shubham and a group with a project name Water Level Indicator using Arduino, and it was guided by Vishal Tathe. Next is direct second year engineering ENTC department. Water indicator is guided by Kurdile. First for ENTC department is Khot Akshata group with a project name. It was Mr. I congratulate all the students of ENTC engineering department. Next is direct engineering and technology. Third prize goes to Dange Pallavi and a group with a project name Text Translator, and it was guided by Miss A.V. Patil. Second prize goes to Janhavi Shinde and a group with a project name Digital Claw. It was guided by Mr. C.A. Bhalira. And the first prize for information technology is a group of Birze Sonali with the student and with the project name File Encryptor Decryptor. It was guided by R.H. Bhule. Now we have direct secondary engineering, mechanical department with division 1. Third prize goes to Uday Abhishek and a group with project title Fingerprint Guiding System. It was guided by Dr. Ritapure PP. Second prize goes to Dige Prem and a group with a project name of Water Overflow Alarm. It was guided by Mr. Borade SS. And the first prize goes to Aksahe Shantanu and a group with a project name Automatic Non-Contact Type Hand Sanitizer Machine. It was guided by Mr. Gadwe PS. I congratulate all the students of mechanical engineering. Next is Department Division 2. And the third prize goes to Gavde Rohan and a group with a project title Water Dispenser Machine Using Cardboard. It was guided by Mr. Deshmukh JA. Now the second prize goes to Abhishek Indarkar and group with a project name Table Saw Wood Cutter. It was guided by Mrs. Joshi SH. And the first prize for a mechanical engineering department is for a group Anish Rane and the students. Project name is Bread Slicer. It was guided by Gandhigude AU. Now we have prizes for institute level first year. A panel of judges are allotted to judge the project department wise. So considering all the aspects of the project like costing, social impact, and creativity, the first three prizes are given for the projects and it was selected. So now we have a list for level projects, first year engineering. Third prize with project name Model of Hydroelectric Power. It was guided by Mr. Suryavamshi AR. Second prize goes to Hatte Aniket and the group with ENTC Engineering Department. The name of the project is Music Rhythm Using LED Light. It was guided by Rupali Patil Madam. And the first prize to a computer engineering department with the name of a student Kai Sriram and group for a project Virtual College Tour Guide. It was guided by Pallavi Ingray. Now let's have a look for this project. I congratulate student of computer engineering for getting first prize for virtual college tour guide. Now next, institute level prizes for DSE. First goes to engineering department. The group Saridane Himanshu and the project name is Forward Robotics Arm. It was guided by Mr. R. Second prize goes to electrical engineering department. Talunke Shreyas and the group with the project name Arduino based hand gesture control of your computer. And it was guided by Mr. Satya Prakash. And the first goes to Department of Information Technology with Wale Rutika and the group. The name of a project is AI Desktop Voice Assistant. It was guided by SPA Joshi.
Within few seconds, message will be sent to Robert. Keep watch. Within few seconds, security camera will start. So now in this feature, if someone make any movement, the algorithm will detect it. For example, if I move my hand, it will detect it. So in this way, we can provide security. You may leave. Okay, sir. So this was our project demonstration. Thank you.
I congratulate the students who have participated for this PBL activity. Now I will hand over charge to Professor Sachin Borade sir for vote of thanks. Thank you. Before that, we have to see most liked video on a social media for a first year. It is for information technology with a group Shinde Sanskriti, and the project name is Calculator Python based GUI application. It was guided by Tejaswini Bhosle. I congratulate all the students. And most liked video on a social media under the category Direct Second Year Engineering. And it is for Electrical Engineering Department with Khushbu Lalchan and a group. Project name is Controlling a Servo Motor Position Using Potentiometer. It was guided by Mr. Swapnil Amle. Congratulations to all the winners. Thank you.
Congratulations to all the winners. I'm here to present vote of thanks. On behalf of Zeal College of Engineering and Research, first I would like to give vote of thanks to our chief guest, Dr. Aditya Abhyankar sir, who spent his busiest time gracing this occasion. A special mention to our secretary, Professor Jayesh Katkar, Director, Admission and Academics, Professor Uddhav Shi, Principal, Dr. Ajit Kate, for being catalyst that inspire us to do our best and stand as a pillar of power. With a deep sense of appreciation, we thank our loving teacher for their efforts. We have been fortunate to be supported by a team of very active and dedicated employees of our organization who are well versed in their job. The essence of fruits is always tasted in the last, and we believe that the last will be the best. We would like to thank all our students and their parents for attending this program. At last, it is a privilege and a great joy for me to extend a vote of thanks to all those who have contributed in one way or the other to make this program a success. Thank you all.